Hey everybody, welcome to Lost in Time and Space, the last Mythos pack player card review. So this is where all the big stuff happens.
So not only is this set the payoff for the story, it's also the payoff for like cards. Going into this, seeing what like the level 4 cards like Shotgun and stuff in the core set were, I had high hopes for what level 5 cards were gonna be, and man, did they ever live up to it for this set.
Can we also just take one moment? I'm just looking at the page. There's one thing on this page that's not like anything else, just poor Dr. William T.
Yeah, he's trash, but he's still good.
Yeah, the 9th card on this page, if this were, like, if the card from the previous set weren't on this page, would also be level 5, so.
Yeah, so he's yellow, though, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, no, like, almost every card from this pack is insane, which it should be because it costs 1 million experience.
Yeah.
But, like, they're all, not only are they good, they're all, like, super cool. They live up to that power fantasy that you get. You're like, man, I'm glad I saved 5 experience for this garbage.
All right, let's start with a Vicious Blow. Upgraded 2 experience, commits for 2 punch. If the skill test is successful during the attack, it deals +1 damage, +2 if it succeeds by 2 or more.
This is the most played card from the set for us, 100%.
Yeah, it only costs 2 to put in your deck, which is a huge thing compared with most of the other cards from the set. So that's part of why it is the most played card, but you know, it's just Vicious Blow, but better in like every way you could imagine.
Yeah.
I think one thing we overlook a little bit is that this card is just +2 damage. Or like not so us, but like some people will overlook that this card is just +2 damage. If you would normally succeed, you just normally succeed. But like this card commits for 2 punch.
Yeah, it commits
so
for
like
extra punch.
It is like the cost of the +2 essentially.
Yeah.
You just need to succeed the test, and you get the +2 damage basically.
Yeah, this
like,
card is just like
insane.
much more efficient than the original version. Worth the 2 experience.
And we said last time the art's sick. The art's still fucking sick.
The art is still
Still got
sick.
a Night Gun getting fucked. The guy with an axe.
Yep.
Monster Slayer, 1 cost, 5 experience, Fist in a Wild, fight. If this attack succeeds against a non-elite enemy, defeat that enemy.
We've never played with this card.
It's because it costs like
Because
this card. I think
5,
is
and
insane.
you could, instead of putting this card in your deck, put the card that comes after it in your deck.
Yeah.
I think I think that a big part a big reason we haven't played this card is because we haven't played like that really tanky just soak damage class. If you're marked with base 5 fight, but I'm not playing weapons, I'm just gonna play damage soaks and use them to draw into more damage soaks.
Right.
Then this card's insane because you're like, there's one guy who's doing a little bit too much damage. I'll punch him once, he's done.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Yeah.
There's 2 things that I feel about this card that I think would make us also play it. I mean, like just general thoughts. It being a fight test can mean that you pay 5 experience to just whiff on the card, which would feel bad.
Yep.
Right. And the other one is I feel like they actually need a keyword between elite and normal. They need like boss and then like elite. So like, big butt baby, you should be able to kill with this card because he comes back anyway, right?
Yeah.
But like Yogg Sothoth.
I mean, they kind of do. They have like non-elite, and then they have elite, and then they have ancient one.
That's true. But like, like I feel like there needs to be. I mean, they're probably too far gone in their scenarios to do this, but like, there's not enough enemies that are like. I mean, like maybe those big ones in Path of Carcosa.
Even then, though, this like commits for 2 punch if you don't want to do the thing. But like this card for 5, this card can condense so many actions, especially if like your guns run out of bullets or whatever. You're just in a bad place. This card can bail you out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's quite worth 5 experience, but it might be.
It might be. Like once we see it and we're like, but you know. Next blue card that also costs 5.
This is the one I would pick if I was paying 5 for a card.
The Lightning Gun. Cost 6, cost 5 experience, commits for a book and a fist, a book for some reason. Uses 3 ammo, spend 1 ammo.
That's science.
Fight, you get +5, fist for this attack. This attack deals +2 damage.
Yeah, this is what I would pick if I were paying 5 for a blue card. This is like the best big gun in the game right now.
I like that you get +5 fist, which is basically just says, you know what? Just don't draw the auto fail, and you
you're
hit
good.
them.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah.
No, like this is the big
So I guess the fact that sleight of hand exists and this card is an item,
Yep.
is quite solid.
Yeah, that's the thing you're doing right now, right?
No,
you did that for the Night of the Zealot.
Return of the Night of the Zealot, yeah.
My only complaint about this card is that like it just didn't really give Shotgun a time to shine.
Yeah.
After seeing how how good Shotgun is, the memories we have from playing Eldritch and Arkham Horror, and it's just in this game, it's just like underwhelming, especially compared to this.
Shotgun, the things Shotgun has going for it over Lightning Gun. Is that it costs 4 experience instead of 5. It costs 4 to play instead of 6. You have 1 less ammo, but it also has a higher damage ceiling.
Yep.
Than this card.
No, it's not strictly worse, but just like in most cases, you'd rather have Lightning Gun.
I mostly would rather have the Lightning Gun than the Shotgun, mostly because of the extra shot you get. However, with that extra point of experience, you could buy an extra ammo and get 3 more shots with your Shotgun.
But the thing that Lightning Gun ultimately has going for it is the fact that its title is Lightning Gun, and you can make cool sounds when you use it. And like, I mean, it does damage. Like, it's totally worth.
It is worth
what it does.
Experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other card might be, but that really depends what you're killing with it.
Yeah, because we just saw Lightning Gun for the first time. You also played it when we did that custom campaign, right?
Yeah. I played it in the end of. Like when it came out too.
Ah, right.
The first time we ran through, I bought it in going into the last 2, the one where you climb up the hill and the one after that.
All right, we got ourselves
that I thought were 1.
Dr. William T. Mailson, working on something big. Well, he costs 1, commits for a brain. When you draw an encounter card, exhaust him and place one of your clues on your location. Cancel the drawing of that card and shuffle it back to the encounter deck. Then draw a new card from the top of the encounter deck.
Okay, I got 2 things to say about this guy real quick. First of all, like, what the hell's up with his last name, Mailson? He's the son of a male. Yeah. Like, what kind of lazy name is that?
It's like how there was like Weaver, was like in like like Taylor, the last name.
Is even lazy?
Like, it's like here's the male son. This is your job is to be the son of males. Yeah, I agree with you. It makes no sense.
It's stupid. Yeah. The second thing is like I understand why this guy's in this pack. His effect is insane for being 0 cost.
Yeah.
Yep. For being 0 experience. Okay, so like even if his text box is blank.
Yeah, no, like even just
like
the
if he
stats
does nothing
are good.
and he's 1 for 2/2. Yeah. I'll pay that all day.
Why doesn't this guy cost experience? Holy shit.
I think it's because he doesn't stop you from drawing a card.
Yeah, he does. You just get to draw a different one. You're like, Ancient Evils? No, thank you. I'll try again.
No, it's true. But that's, I think, why, right? So, like, I can foresee in the future, when he finishes his working on something big, it's going to be...
I'll be honest, I don't think he's ever going to finish it.
You don't have faith in him?
No, I think this is only a Dr. William T. Nelson card.
But if he were, like, takes up ally slot, does nothing, is 2/2 for 1, I would take that.
Seriously, like, where are you gonna go from here that like isn't obviously overpowered?
Put one of your clues
like
back
you're gonna
and cancel the effect.
Yeah, like just give it some purple as part of the pie too.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yellow can do everything. Yeah. Yellow's best.
Yeah.
Anyway, next yellow card. Next one's.
I don't know. I imagine if there were an upgraded version, he'd have like more stats and be like, put one of your clues back. Like look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and pick one.
He could also be like whenever a player draws an encounter card.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, next card, Deciphered Reality. This card is actually insane. 4 to play, 5 experience, commits for Book Brain. Investigate. The difficulty of the skill test is equal to the highest strat value among revealed locations in play. If you succeed, discover 1 clue from each revealed location in play.
Unless you're Rex, in which case you discover 1 clue from each revealed location and like your own.
And like 1 extra from yours.
Yeah.
If you succeed by 2 or more, yeah.
When you can get this off...
It's not as sick as it sounds like it could be, but...
This card feels really like you are literally God floating above the board.
Yeah, no, this card is like action condensation, and like one was... Not condensation.
Conversation?
Not conversation.
Contention?
Not contention.
No? Okay, well, I'm out then. I don't know the word.
Maybe it is.
I think it is. I think it's contention. He's in contention to be one of the best cards.
Like
no, not contention. Like okay, so you have like 3 actions, but instead you're doing them in 1 action. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, you're trying to like condensing. Like, it's like condensing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a.
Whatever. Yeah. It's really good at getting lots of clues with 1 action.
It is. Like
it takes a little bit of setup, but like when it goes off, it feels amazing.
So the one thing I'm also going to say that I feel like to make this is something that I realized after playing this card, and I want to advise everyone else who's going to play this card. It's kind of like if you have a way in like Magic or another card game to kill a lot of creatures at once, but you think I'm going to get 1 more. You need to stop at a certain point and just say this is good enough.
Just do it. Like there's, if you're getting four clues for one action, like maybe that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need to keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 is not that.
So
much
I think actually this card is weaker if a player does not know how to play it. And I know that's like a dumb thing to say, but I think this card really is hindered from that.
One thing I think that is like kind of it doesn't speak specifically about this card, but about the power of yellow as a color as a whole is like I know my experience in buying this. When I got to that point, I was like, I've already had all I wanted for several scenarios. I guess I'll spend 5 experience on this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, at the same time, too, as a yellow player, you're also very good at getting clues. So by the time you draw it, there might not be any left because you're too efficient. Yeah.
Rex.
Yeah.
Now, this card might actually just be like worse than Rex than other yellow.
I would agree.
Because
I would agree.
Just Rex things.
Yeah. It's great. It was, I had it in min and it was great. And then also higher education, makes it very easy to succeed.
Yes.
The Chicago Typewriter costs 4 experience, 5 cost to play, commits for 2 fists, use 4 ammo, spend 1 ammo, fight. You may spend any number of additional actions when you perform this attack. You get +2 attack for each action being spent. This attack deals +2 damage.
So this card is something that I think the Skids deck wanted quite badly, and possibly Jenny as well. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, Finn can play it. It's illicit.
Yep.
Which is strange because he's not allowed to play green cards past level 3.
Yeah.
But, it's pretty alright.
I liked it with Jenny. It felt powerful.
Yeah, like plus 2 damage. It doesn't feel bad if you're spending 2 actions for an attack. You're like, I get +2 on the attack. It's probably going to succeed because of that. I deal 3 damage. 3 damage is like the magic number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ever since they decided that since all the weapons they printed that you could use forever did +1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Then,
I'm glad they figured that out
plus
earlier
2 one-shots a lot of guys.
Yeah.
No, it's a nice way of doing a big weapon for green as like a secondary.
Yeah.
This is where they're really you can see them starting to like actually mold green to like their own little class.
It also has
being, like, bad cards.
It has 4 ammo. That's a lot for a big gun. Mm-hmm. It discards for 2 fists, so if you can't afford to play it, or
and especially
maybe it's just not something that's looking like it's going to happen.
I foresee a green card in the future that is like I'll be embarrassed if this already exists, but like the one that returns an ally for 1 turn, a weapon from your graveyard for 1 turn.
Yeah, like
or that might even be
the closest,
something like reload or something like that.
Yeah.
The closest we've got to that right now is that Finn's unique that lets you search or discard for an illicit card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I get it.
This card is actually like a use for contraband, as we discussed earlier.
Yeah, getting +4 ammo on this is probably worth
it just
4.
cost you 9 resources, which you have a lot in green.
As green, you get a little bit more of that than you should otherwise have. But
like not that much.
No, but like green characters do also tend to benefit from having a lot of money available.
Yes.
So, maybe that's something you're doing.
This green card, I think this is one of the best cards.
Yeah,
in the
there's
game.
not a whole lot of cards that I'm like,
in terms of
8 cost, hey.
This card has
play
been
that. But
errated.
this is one of them.
The lightning bolts are reaction triggers now, which like doesn't change how it works intuitively. It still works the way you think it would. It just like changes how it makes it work the way that you think it would work, but within the rules.
Yeah. So when a phase begins, remove it from the game, skip this phase. After phase ends, remove this from the game, repeat that phase. Yeah. It's basically like, hey, Ancient Evils, it's our fucking turn.
Again.
Yeah.
Or, like maybe we just don't play a Mythos phase.
That's really nice. You can spend 8 experience to counter the deck's 1 Ancient Evils.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, like, I would always, like, I feel like because I'm the only one who's played this one, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I always used it to repeat a phase, which I feel like was stronger than skipping the Mythos. But I mean, like, it's hard to say.
It depends how many people you have.
Yeah.
Also depends like
getting
what the
9
cards
actions.
in play say, right?
Yeah, getting 9 actions is generally better, I think, than like.
Well, I guess it also depends on
3 cards.
how your board state is too. If you have nothing to do, skipping a Mythos phase is probably better.
Yeah, like if there's no enemies in play, or if the act or agenda deck punishes you at the end of the Mythos phase.
Bryn's right. It does depend like what's in play. If there's enemies in play, then like taking extra turns is better. But like if there's no enemies in play, then skipping the Mythos phase is better because then the game just doesn't get a turn.
Yeah.
And if you want the game sometimes punishes you at the end of the Mythos phase. Right?
That's true. And if you're playing the asshole, you can repeat the Mythos phase.
If you have
watch everyone.
I'd like to do that again, please. What?
If you have a Leo DeLuca, I think repeating the phase is better because you get like that extra action twice.
But the card's also really cool.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Again, it depends a little bit. Like, I'd rather skip the Mythos phase in like a 3-player game. Probably.
Depends. I think it depends what's in play, right?
A little
Yeah,
bit,
I think it all like
it very much depends.
it depends how much like the Doom
playing
edition is worth and stuff, and how close you are to the end. The closer you are to the end, the more like getting stuff done now is important. Whereas the closer to the beginning, the more important it is to not let the game set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a cool card though.
Lots of contention, but like we all agree that it's really good.
Yes.
So
yeah, I mean, like, and that's why the card is so strong, because we can all talk about when is the best time to use it.
It's so flexible.
Yes. And I of the opinion that repeating the Mythos phase is always the correct decision. Or skipping upkeep.
Yeah.
Or skipping the player phase. The power. Shriveling. 5. It's here. Commits for a brain and a fist, and the fist costs 3. 4 charges. Spend 1 charge. Fight. This attack uses brain instead. You get +3 bane. Deal +2 damage. And take 2 horror from bullshit symbols revealed.
This card, the Golden Pocket Watch, Lightning Gun, this is like the power that you imagine when you're like 5+ experience. And like they deliver. Like Shriveling just you kill things super efficiently for the same resource cost, and like only slight you take 2 horror instead of 1, but like that's worth the risk. You get +3 brain and deal +2 damage every time you attack. Like
realistically, using your brain instead of your fist is like +2 or 3. So this is like +6 on the fight. It's like using a lightning gun for 3. It's just sometimes it does a bunch of horror damage to you.
Yeah. Also, seeing all this, I feel like they need to do this with other cards too, as opposed to like, because most of them have like a regular version and an upgraded version. I think because Shriveling has 3, you can feel yourself getting stronger. I feel like more cards need like a middle ground.
That being said, I think like the jump between level 3 and level 5 Shriveling is not nearly worth as much as the jump between level 0 and level 3.
I would agree. Yeah, but it's a way to still feel.
It's just
you don't actually lose experience by. It
makes you feel like your character's developing a lot more from like a role playing aspect as opposed to just a gameplay.
Yes, yeah. So if that matters to you, do that. Be slow. Yeah, it's just like we talked about this card a bunch.
It's Shriveling, but better.
Yeah. And now here's Ward of Protection, but better.
1 to play, 5 experience, commits for a brain and a while. Like you're ever gonna do that. Spell, Spirit, Fast. Play when you draw a non-weakness encounter card. Cancel all that card's effects and discard it, then take 1 horror.
Like an enemy.
Yeah, this is insane. Right? The deck's just like, hey, I mean, okay, so I think there's an argument for like level 2 Ward Protection being better in multiplayer.
Yeah.
But like just as in a vacuum, I think Ward Protection. I mean, obviously it costs 5 experience, but this is insane. The game's like. You're playing like solo, and the game's like, it's my turn. You're like, no.
You're like, no, it's not.
Yeah. No. So I noticed that the level 2 is in the Black Star's Rise, which is the last one for that. Oh no, Carcosa is the last one.
Yeah,
damn.
It's the second last, but still, like, it's like this card is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to also do
version.
a level 3 and a level 4 one with various utilities, just so they're.
We'd also need a level 1.
Because
there isn't.
That's true.
We'll get an exceptional level 3 one that's like an exceptional level 4 one that's like play when a card draws and not a player draws an encounter card.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether there's a weakness or not, just like cancel it.
Yeah. So and like that's actually on like I know we're not talking about the Ward of Protection level 2, but I like the fact that they can balance this power with this card, which shows that it's very good for players and just do it.
On one hand, I do like how there's like variance in its experience cost, but on the other hand, I don't like how it's like not a linear progression a little bit.
Yeah,
that bothers me a little bit because I think it's because that's the only one they've done that on so far. But
it would bother you.
Yeah, it would.
If you're playing purple or able to play purple, you should always have Ward of Protection in your deck.
We talk about purple cards costing lots of experience but being insane, and this is one of them.
Yeah, like this one's good. I'm not sure I would play it over like version 2 or pay 5 to play it over version 1.
I'd pay 5 to play over version 1 if I was playing a solo campaign.
It depends how worried I am about monsters, really.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever upgrade this in multiplayer campaign though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the only world I'm upgrading those in general in multiplayer is to let somebody else play the level 0 ones.
All right, we got Aquina upgraded. She only costs 3 experience because that's Red's thing.
That's what we've got.
4 resource cost.
It's because you're supposed to be spending all your red experience on exile cards.
Which I really like because it gives the red something special. When enemy attacks you, exhaust her and deal 1 horror to her. Deal that enemy's damage to any enemy at your location instead. It's like Oops, but repeatable.
Yeah, and you can redirect it to itself.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Because it's just any. It doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say enough.
It's better than oops.
Yeah, so like you could, you're fighting
No, that's what I was
Morgoth,
looking
and he's
for.
like, take a bunch of damage, and you're like, you take a bunch of damage.
I was like, how is this card better aside from getting a foot and costing 2 more experience? God. Something else that's notable is like a nice little synergy is you can sacrifice some of her longevity to have her take the horror. She's got 4 brain. This is just like a solid upgrade over the other one if you're playing the red ally deck, but that's okay because you're not gonna have any experience after we get to the other one for that one. It's just solid.
Yeah, she's like she actually.
It's not flashy.
I feel like she's gonna be really good against Yig because Yig's probably gonna be a very physical encounter we have to fight, and she can just.
I think Yig's gonna be a very grindy encounter with lots of poison and stuff, and then
curses.
Like,
yeah. So I mean, like if he does damage, it'll be good for that because she'll be like,
Yig's
no,
gonna
Yig.
be like, we're gonna show up, and he's gonna be like, do you have 5 or more vengeance? Then everyone dies.
No, he's gonna have like a
wait,
counter
what?
that's like horde of snakes, and it's just like searching counter deck for like 3 snakes and put them playing Geishu or some garbage.
What if his health is also equal to the Yig's Fury amount with a
No, that'd be
modification
kind
of
of neat.
players?
Yeah.
That'd be
probably
cool,
something
but
like
like
that.
also.
I mean,
so
like,
many.
we're in the middle of the. Just to date this, we're in the Forgotten Age, so you'll see the Forgotten Age player
Threads of
cards in
Fate
like
just came
3
out
years.
a
So
week or
good
2
luck.
ago.
Try again. I don't know this card.
This is the skill one for we haven't played the skill archetype for Survivor really because we don't have Silas Marsh yet. Because Fantasy Flight or Asmodee's like the other ones have all sold out, but we're not producing enough of these.
Yeah.
For some reason, because there's a markdown or some garbage. I don't know.
After skill test has failed, if a skill card you own is committed to that test, exhaust, try again, return that skill card to your hand.
It would have been good with Minty Fan as well.
Yeah.
So you could just be like, yeah, I'll commit this. Like, okay.
After skill test has failed, if a skill card you own is committed. Man, I mean, like, it seems really good.
You know, this is really
Seems
good.
also
with
good for
Rise to
Calvin.
the occasion.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have to suffer the effects of failing, but like.
I mean, this also seems pretty.
I think this is just a solid red card.
Yeah. This is like the will to survive all over again.
So you
seems,
don't play red very often.
It also seems very good with like the Calvin build where you have low sanity all the time, so you just run a bunch of those colorless ones that you can't commit unless your sanity's really low.
There's a Ashcan Pete deck that does the same thing, and it'd be very good in that too.
Last card for the Dunwich Legacy. I love this card. This might be my favorite card in the entire cycle.
Yeah, like is he just a man who's very good at anything, or is he like a genie? Is he not actually there? Who knows?
I mean,
who
in
knows?
Eldritch Horror, he's bad.
It could be any of those things.
But here he's good. It makes sense that he's good. Like his cufflinks are the Elder Sign. Anyway, the Red Glove Man. He was never there. 2 to play, 5 experience. Asset commits for a wild card in case you're an idiot. Fast. Reaction, after the Red Glove Manor is played, choose 2 of your skills. While he's in play, raise the base value of each of those skills to 6. Force, at the end of the Mythos phase, you discard him. He's got 4 hearts and 4 brains. This guy does it all. You need to fight, he'll make you fight good. You need to investigate, he'll make you investigate good. You need to brain good for whatever reason.
For good?
Yeah, he'll make you brain good. You need to evade good, he'll make you do that too.
You need to take damage?
You need to take 6 damage this turn, 3 of each. He'll do that for you, no problem. He'll just like leave like it was nothing. Doesn't even cost you an action to play.
Yeah.
He's insane. He just does everything. I mean, he costs 5 experience.
This guy
but he's
makes
so good.
makes it much better with the Golden Pocket Watch to take the player phase again.
Yeah,
because then he's still in play.
Or just skip the
The
Mythos phase. You're
yeah.
just like, no, thank you.
Yeah, or just like whatever. Like, that's cool.
Man, he's so good, and his art's so cool too. He's just like a guy with like red gloves and a knife for some reason.
The knife is for running good or braining good. Or book good.
You better brain good or I'll stab you.
Yeah, you better I'll touch you.
All right, so I just have an interaction that I'm trying to figure out in my head that is completely against this review, but I mean, like, this is our last card, so we can take some time to bullshit. So, he's in play.
Yeah.
Choose 2 of your skills. While he is in play, raise the base value of each of those skills by 6.
2/6.
2/6, yes. At the end of Mythos phase, discard him.
Yeah.
So if his text box becomes blank, you won't discard him, but you lose the thing because the text isn't there.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I thought. I was just wondering.
This guy's got insane synergies with calling in favors.
Yep.
That red card that we talked about earlier, where you just
There's a
grab
better
from your water. The
Where the
water
hell is
bucket.
it?
the upgraded version of this one is much better with him. It's
or a
just
chance
X,
encounter. Sorry.
Yeah.
Return an ally with cost X to play.
Yeah.
Like this guy doesn't matter with chance encounter because he doesn't stay longer than a turn anyway. But
Calling in favors, choose an ally asset you control and return to your hand, and search the top 9 cards of your deck for an ally asset and play, reducing its cost by X or X the value of the ally you return to your hand. He's insane with this card because not only does this card let you find him with other allies, it also lets you return him to your hand to reuse him at a later date.
Yeah, and you get to play an ally for 2 less.
Mm-hmm. Chance and Caliburn said the upgraded version.
The upgraded version is not actually better than with him, it's worse. But like,
yeah, because it costs you have to pay 1 more to return.
It's better than the archetype though.
Yes.
It's better if you anticipate having to take a lot of damage during the enemy phase.
Yeah.
One thing I also, from the flavor perspective, what I really like about this guy is that it really works with the Mythos for him, where he is this really strong, powerful man or whatever that
Or
you
something.
can't really
He's
like.
probably near a Lathrotep.
Yeah. Oh, probably. Yeah. 100%. It's one of his masks. Yeah.
But it's really cool that you just like you can have allies from other worlds who show up and they're like, I'll give you a hand for
Man, when they do Nyarlathotep in this game, it's gonna be so fucking good.
Man, we're gonna get like a base core set, and then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, depending on like what your outcome is, you need to buy like which Mythos pack. And we're gonna have like 4 different Mythos packs for like a bunch of different
good,
cults of Nyarlathotep.
Yeah. I mean, I would not complain if they had like the Nyarlathotep, it'd be like a big build over like multiple, like he like appears in small ones, like when we go to Egypt and we have to look at the Sphinx and it has the beast face and all that.
It'd be really cool actually if they just had like multiple big box expansions for him.
Yeah.
Where like the story kind of like branched out and then like came back together.
Yeah.
Like they had a big box where it was like you had like 2 scenarios, and then depending on how you got to like pick a scenario to do.
Yeah.
And then you had like 2 Mythos packs, which like were alternate paths, and then they converged back into like another big box that had like, I don't know, like a base one and then like 1 of 3 different things or something.
Yeah. There's a lot to him, and he's very cool. So
Yeah, I'm
expectations are high, like they were with Eldritch, and hopefully they're not as meh as they were with the Eldritch. You know,
Which is okay.
Eldritch Nyarlathotep, he's awesome. Sometimes he helps you.
The thing Eldritch Nyarlathotep, he lived up to having multiple cults and stuff.
It's true, but I mean, like I like the masks appearing. I like more him being there, which wasn't as much of a thing.
Yeah.
But who knows? Thanks for watching. We talked for 3.5 hours on cards.
Something like that.
So we're gonna sit in silence, and thanks for watching. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.